Hey guys, it's Rob again from Copper B. I'm going to show you a couple of exercises now with a resistance band. Okay, this is something that you can get quite readily available on the internet. There are two different widths which are kind of good for these exercises. You don't want too much resistance because if there's too much resistance you won't have any takeover or a real time turnover in your sport. So these exercises are great for hockey players, football players, golf players, anyone who does kind of rotational sport. Yeah. So I'm going to use the black band. It's a little bit thicker and I have a handle on the end of it. But of course you can do the exercises cupping around and without a handle. It doesn't matter. It still works. Okay. So there are 5 basic exercises we're going to go through. First one is called a cut and chop. So I'll do it from both perspectives. You can see me one time from the front and then one time from the rear. Okay, so a couple of important points. As I skip to the side, I don't let my feet come too close together. There's always a minimum hip width apart. Once I reach the end, what I do is I initiate the movement by turning my foot, then my knee, then my hip, and then lastly my shoulder. And my head has got to follow my hands to the end of the movement. So I'll show you that from the opposite side. Okay, so one last point on this exercise. What you should do, as you come to the end and you initiate the movement, is breathe out. Okay? That helps you core tight in the rotation. So that'll be exercise number 1. Exercise number 2, what you're going to do is you're going to set up facing your anchor point. And ideally, you want the anchor point at the same height as your breastbone. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to set into a squat position, take a squat, and then I'm going to rotate and bring my hand up to the opposite side. And you can see, as I turn, I'm turning my foot, this one into the movement, and this one when I go to the opposite side. So just a couple more. Squat, turn, keep it absorbed, core tight. So that's exercise number 2. So exercise number 3, what we're going to do is we're going to work like a dynamic isometric, if that makes sense. So basically we're going to come out to a point where we can hold the resistance in the middle, but it's a challenge. There's no point coming out too far that I can't hold it. Okay? So what I do is come to a point where it's difficult, but I can still manage. I then just push my hands forwards, set, and slowly bring the band towards my body and push out. If you're doing this exercise right, you're going to feel it on the side here and here. Okay, keep the glutes fired the whole time you're doing the exercise. Okay, pushing out from the middle. So we're static in the fact that our body stays still, the core is tight, the glutes are fired, the legs are on, and the dynamic in the movement that we're moving the resistance away and towards the body. Okay, that's going to give you a really good activation of your core muscles. So then what we're going to do is we're going to do a very simple lunge with a pull. So here we've got like a massive chain of muscles working together. What you're going to do is you take a step back with the right leg. I'm holding the resistance with the right hand. Okay, as I stand up, I bring the feet together and I rotate my hands slightly and bring it to the hip. Keep your shoulder down. So down and pull. Exhale. Try and keep your hand away from the side of the body as you move. We don't really want to be fixing on the side. Okay, so I'll show you on the opposite side. Maybe you can just see it. My left hand, left leg back. Pull. My hand is up to the side. Core, shoulder is down. Okay, because we're moving in this direction, we're pulling. Yeah, we want to go in the opposite direction now. We want to do a little bit of a push. So what I'm going to do this time is I'm going to punch my arm forward in rotational movement at the same time, step forward with the opposite leg. So here I want to set up, so the pull line for the resistance band is on the outside of my body. Okay, if I was to stand here and I push, you can see it bending around my body. That's not ideal. So I'm going to hold at punch position here, just at the same side, the same angle as my breastbone. Take a step forward and push the hand out to the side. And the goal is here to keep the core tight as I push. Okay? So on the opposite side again, just to show you, you take the right leg forward this time and push. Twist as you go forward. Okay? If you need more resistance, you just move further away from the anchor point. What you can also do to identify is do a double movement. So as you move forward, you do a double tap and then come back. Come, push, push again, and step back. And now you can increase up to 5 strikes at the front. More than that doesn't really make much sense. Okay, so that's 5 really cool exercises. Do each exercise for 30 to 45 seconds, rest for 15 to 30 seconds, and then go on to the next exercise. Have fun with it. Let us know what you think.